Hello and welcome to Sheza Technical. Today, I have brought a delightful story for children. But before we begin, I kindly request you to subscribe to my channel. Your subscription will greatly support me in bringing more wonderful stories to you. Thank you. Once upon a time, in a small town, there lived a little girl named Sara. She had bright eyes, a contagious smile, and an insatiable curiosity. However, there was one thing that made Sara different from other children her age: she didn't go to school. While all the children in the neighborhood were excitedly getting ready for school every morning, Sara would stay at home, peering out of her window with longing in her eyes. She dreamed of joining her friends, listening to stories, and learning new things. But unfortunately, circumstances had kept Sara away from school. Sara's family lived in a remote area, far from any educational institutions. The nearest school was several miles away, and transportation was scarce. Her parents, unable to afford the expenses and unable to find a suitable solution, had no choice but to keep Sara at home. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months, but Sara's determination to learn never wavered. She would spend her days eagerly reading whatever books she could find and watching educational videos on a borrowed tablet. She absorbed knowledge like a sponge, teaching herself mathematics, science, and even foreign languages. Sara's thirst for knowledge caught the attention of her neighbor, Mrs. Johnson, a retired school teacher. Mrs. Johnson had been observing Sara's passion for learning from afar. One day, she decided to pay Sara and her family a visit. As Mrs. Johnson entered Sara's humble home, she was amazed by the young girl's collection of books and her eagerness to learn. Inspired by Sara's dedication, Mrs. Johnson had an idea. She offered to become Sara's personal tutor, providing her with the education she deserved. Sara's eyes sparkled with joy and gratitude. From that day forward, Mrs. Johnson visited Sara every day, teaching her various subjects, sharing stories, and nurturing her love for learning. The community also rallied behind Sara, offering support and resources to enhance her education. Word spread about Sara's determination and her unique educational journey. The local newspaper featured her story, capturing the hearts of readers near and far. People started sending books, school supplies, and even funding for Sara's education. With the collective support of her community and Mrs. Johnson's guidance, Sara's knowledge grew exponentially. She blossomed into a bright, intelligent young girl eager to make a difference in the world. Her dream of going to school may not have been fulfilled in the traditional sense, but she had become a shining example of the power of determination and the resilience of the human spirit. Sara's story inspired many other children in similar circumstances. The town came together to establish a community learning center, ensuring that no child would be left behind. And as for Sara, she continued her educational journey, striving to achieve her dreams and showing the world that even without a formal school, one could still reach great heights through unwavering passion and support from the community. From that day forward, Sara became a symbol of hope, reminding everyone that education is not confined to the walls of a school, but can flourish anywhere.